Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Monday, December 13th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate, and then going over my core picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings. But without further ado, we'll get into yesterday's picks and see how they did. So we're going to start off with the DraftKings side. Jalen Brunson, point guard position, $5,300. Looking for about 26, 27 points out. He got to 33.25, so he was a hit. Then a shooting guard went with Cam Thomas, $3,500, looking for 17, 18 points out of him. He got to 25, so he was a hit as well. Sadiq Bey, $4,800, looking for 24 points out of him. Looking pretty good without Jeremy Grant on the court. He ended up with 9 points in this game. He was a miss. He played 26 minutes, 2 for 9 shooting, just not a good day at all. He's been very, very poor as of late for whatever reason. He had a pretty strong rookie season, but not doing much the second year, so probably a guy that we're going to avoid in the future for the time being. Then at power forward, had Kristaps Porzingis, $8,000, looking for 40 points out. He ended up with 27.75. He was a miss, played 30 minutes, 6 for 17 shooting. Usually he kind of takes that next step up when Luka doesn't play, but it just didn't happen for him last night. This game was a little bit of a blowout as well, too, so just kind of take that with a grain of salt. But not the best shooting performance overall, not the best performance in general overall for Kristaps Porzingis. Then last but not least, we had Isaiah Stewart at $5,400, looking for 27 points on him. He got to 28.5, so he was a hit. Then we move over to the FanDuel side. We had Jalen Brunson, once again, $5,800, looking for 29 points on him. He got to 31.3, so he was a hit. Josh Giddey at the shooting guard position, $5,500, looking for 27, 28 points on him. He got to 22.4. He was a miss. Hopefully not one that killed you too bad overall, but he was 3 for 14 shooting from the field. Just not a good day for him overall. Sadiq Bey, we already kind of talked about on the DraftKings side. He's $4,800 on the FanDuel side as well. Looking for 24 points out. He got to 8.9. We already talked about the reasons why. Then Kristaps Porzingis once again was a miss on the FanDuel side. $8,500. 27.9 points. So not a good day for him overall. Then last but not least, we had Joseph Nurkic, who was $6,100. The most popular center play on the slate yesterday. Looking for about 30, 31 points on him. He got to 19.9. He was a miss. He played 21 minutes and did end up in foul trouble. So can't really project that going into the day. Can't really expect it. But unfortunately, that was the case overall yesterday. But, overall yesterday, not the best day. A little bit of hit or miss. DraftKings side was obviously a little bit better. Did pretty well on the DraftKings side, honestly. Because still had a ton of exposure to guys like Kevin Durant and Cade Cunningham, who both had very good days as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into injuries and play for tonight's slate. So for tonight's slate, it is a 9-game slate overall, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We got 3 games right off the bat. So we're going to start off with the Miami Heat, who are without Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Markieff Morris, and Victor Oladipo. So the same guys out as the last time out. We'll see if Gabe Vincent's in that starting lineup once again. He did play pretty well last time out. He's definitely in play, but not a core play once again today. Then on the Cavaliers side of the ball, they are all the way healthy. Moving over to the Golden State Warriors, they're without Wiseman, Thompson, and Andre Iguodala. I do believe Iguodala played the last time out, but now he's not playing once again. So pretty much going back to the same rotation that we've seen for quite a while now. Then for the Pacers, we got TJ Warren and TJ McConnell both out. Justin Holiday questionable to play. He's been in COVID protocol, so he could be back today. He might not be back today. Even if he's back today, I don't expect him to play like huge minutes, like 30 minutes or anything like that. Probably closer to 20 to 22, especially with a little bit of conditioning concerns there since he's been out for a little while. Brad Wanamaker, game time decision, but expected to play. Moving over to the Sacramento Kings, they are without Richaun Holmes once again, so no major changes there. The Raptors are without Johnson, Dragic, Khem Birch, OG Anunoby, and Precious Achiuwa, so pretty much the same lineup that we're looking for out of them the last time. If Chris Boucher starts once again, he's going to be a pretty good play overall. Then we move down to the Houston Rockets, who are without John Wall, Kevin Porter Jr., Daniel House, and Jalen Green once again. So they do get Eric Gordon back today. That's obviously the most notable thing. Then for the Atlanta Hawks side, they are still without DeAndre Hunter and Bogdan Bogdanovic, so no major changes there. They did get Cam Reddish back the last time out. He only played about 15 or 16 minutes, though, coming off the bench. The Bucks are without Dante DiVincenzo, Brook Lopez, Wesley Matthews, and Semi Ojeleye, so the exact same thing we saw out of them yesterday. For the Celtics, Josh Richardson and Bruno Fernando are both out once again, but they do supposedly, at least early on today, look like they're going to have Jaylen Brown play tonight. Then Marcus Smart is a game-time decision, but expected to play as well. The 76ers are without Grant Ryler and Ben Simmons, so no changes there. Memphis Grizzlies, this could be a major value spot today as we have Zaire Williams, Ja Morant, Sam Merrill, and Brandon Clark all out once again. Steven Adams rolled his ankle last time out. He is doubtful to play tonight, so Xavier Tillman probably in that starting lineup in his place. Could be a value spot there. And then Jaren Jackson Jr., He's questionable to play with his knee injury. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Obviously, if he's back, he looks like an okay play. If he's not back, then we're looking at some Kyle Anderson magic once again. The Charlotte Hornets are without Ish Smith, Mason Plumlee, Jalen McDaniels, and LaMelo Ball once again. They do get Terry Rozier and Nick Richards back in this game. PJ Washington is questionable to play still. I believe it was a non-COVID illness that he does have, so he should be back tonight. We'll just have to see if he is or not, though. Then for the Dallas Mavericks, they were without Luka Doncic. Willie Cauley-Stein and Sterling Brown are both game-time decisions. Both have missed quite a few games at this point in time, so we'll see if they're back tonight or not. Nothing major for DFS, but shifts up the rotation just a little bit. Moving down to the Washington Wizards, we got Kyle Kuzma, Rui Hachimura, and Thomas Bryant all out once again. So obviously, if Denny Advia is in that starting lineup, looks pretty good, but they did split up the minutes between him, Davis Bertans, maybe a little bit of Corey Kispert in there too in place of Kyle Kuzma last game out. Then for the Denver Nuggets, Austin Rivers, Jamal Murray are both out. JaMychal Green is doubtful at this point in time. Will Barton questionable to play. I believe it was an illness that he missed with the last time. Been a couple days now, so I would assume that he's okay today. Then for the Phoenix Suns, they were without Dario Saric, Abdul Nader, Frank Kaminsky, and Devin Booker. Then once again, DeAndre Ayton's questionable due to illness. I would expect that he does end up playing tonight, though. For the Clippers, they are without Preston and Leonard. Paul George is doubtful to play once again tonight, and then Nick Batum questionable to play. I think he played that last time out. Don't quote me on that, though. But if he's back, obviously it looks like a decent play at this point in time. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on the injuries in play for tonight's slate. There's going to be a couple different ones that we're looking at for today. Not like major names, but definitely ones that could shake up a couple rotations, move some value around, and potentially move into our core plays later on in the day. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So at the point guard position, once again, we're just going right back to Jalen Brunson. $5,800, looking for 29 points down, averaging just over 28 on the season. We've seen what he does when he's in that starting lineup. Got him projected for 31 points tonight. Then shooting guard, we're going back to Eric Gordon. $5,300, looking for 27 points out of him. Got him projected for 28 points. He obviously takes that step up when he's in that starting lineup, playing big minutes, extra ball handler role without Kevin Porter Jr. out there on the court. Then at small forward, going to go with Brandon Boston, $3,000 flat minimum, looking for 15 points out. He's been playing over 20 minutes as of late. If it looks like Paul George is going to miss once again, so he should have a solid spot in that rotation overall. There is a chance this game ends up in a blowout, and he's probably going to play in that blowout run either way. So got him projected for about 17, 18 points tonight. And then at power forward, going back to Denny Advia, I assume that he's going to be in that starting lineup. Should have more minutes if Kyle Kuzma's out once again. If he's playing well, he was playing very well at the first half last time, and then the second half it just wasn't there. But if he puts together two good back-to-back halves, $3,500, definitely going to blow that price tag out of the water. Looking for 17, 18 points out, averaging 17 on the year. Got him projected for 18, 19 points tonight, but definitely has a ton of upside for more as well. And then at the center position, I'm going with Xavier Tillman. Looks like Steven Adams is not playing in this game. If he draws the start, $3,400, looking for 17 points out. Got projected for 21 points tonight. Going to be a solid value overall. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you'll have $29,000 remaining. Just under $9,700 per player, so you can definitely pay up for 2 studs, and then probably a mid-range value there as well. Spread the wealth, whatever works best for you guys tonight. There's definitely a lot of good players out there on this slate, so you could go with Nikola Jokic and a Giannis together and then find a guard that pairs in with that budget as well. Definitely a lot of different options that you have, but looking more like kind of stars and scrubs day, at least on the DraftKings side at this point in time. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So we're going to start off with the point guard position. This has been a popular name as of late, but it's Kyle Lowry, $6,900, looking for 34, 35 points at him, averaging almost 32 on the season. Got him projected for about 36, 37 points tonight. Obviously, we've seen the big upside game for him the last time out with over 44 FanDuel points. Definitely has a ton of upside for more once again, but if he's playing well, which he's been doing as of late, definitely going to be one of the better point guard values overall on tonight's slate. And then at shooting guard, I'm going with Cody Martin. He's $5,200. This price tag only went up a little bit. Obviously, he had that monster game the last time out. He's been playing big minutes. They do get Terry Rozier back tonight, so he's probably going to be in the lineup, But at the same time, we don't know how Terry Rozier's conditioning is. We don't know how affected he was from being in COVID protocol, on the COVID list, whatever you want to call it. So Cody Martin still should see probably 30 minutes in this game, even if he is coming off the bench. Got him projected for about 27, 28 points tonight, which definitely makes him a value overall. Then a small forward, we're going with Karis LeVert, $6,000, looking for 30 points out of him. He's essentially been over that 4 out of his last 5 games. Got him projected for 32 points tonight. Playing better. Golden State matchup is a matchup that probably favors him just a little bit as well, too. So I would not be surprised if he has another good game tonight. Then at power forward, we're going Jaren Jackson Jr. He is $6,400, looking for 32 points out of him, essentially what he's averaging on the season. If he is playing in this game, I do have him projected for about 33, 34 points tonight. However, if he does not end up playing, then look at Kyle Anderson, who will be his direct replacement. I believe he's $5,700 on the FanDuel side, and we obviously seen a pretty good game out of him the last time out as well. Then last but not least, we're going to the center position with Nikola Jokic, and it's very, very difficult not to play Nikola Jokic as well as he's playing at this point in time. Then add in they're going against the Washington Wizards, not the greatest center defense in the world. If he can get Daniel Gafford in foul trouble going against Montrezl Harrell, definitely going to be another matchup that favors him overall. But at $11,400, looking for 57 points out of him, averaging 56 on the season. Got him projected for about 58, 59 tonight, but we've seen him go north of 60 a lot of times as of late too as well. So definitely one of the premier pay-up options on tonight's slate overall. But if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $24,100 remaining, just over $6,000. So you're probably looking at a little bit more balanced budget. Maybe you can scrape in some values if we get some throughout the day. Kind of mix and match and see where your lineup ends up from there. But definitely a strong core 5 to start off with early on today. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, December 13th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. I'll also be listing all these starting lineups and injury updates there throughout the day. So definitely be sure you're checking in through the comments as we get closer to lock. I'll also be listing the updated core about 20 to 30 minutes prior to lock as well, unless we have any major changes between that time and the actual lock time as well. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. I know fantasy football season's kind of winding down into the playoffs, but definitely be sure you're checking out those videos if that's something you're into as well. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you have that notification bell turned on so you never miss a beat. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special little shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.